Hello viewers, you are welcome to my channel. This is Luchi's Design. In my last video, I posted the drafting of this 6 pieces blouse you are seeing here. In today's video, I'll be showing you the sewing process, but I will be using another fabric because the dress I wore in my last video, I lost some of the sewing clip. I mistakenly deleted some of my sewing video when I wanted to free my storage space. Please watch till the end because I will be showing you the method I use in sewing this blouse. So I placed my pattern on my fabric and I marked my necessary sewing allowance. I added 1 inch on the damper, half inch on the side I will be joining it with the center back, right, and I also added 2.5 inches for my sewing allowance. That is my side sewing allowance. When I get to the damper, I reduce it to 1 inch. Please make sure you mark your allowance very well. I'll cut the remaining one offline and show you what you have. I added half inch round on the center front. From my center back, I put my fabric on fold and add half inch. For the side front, I will add 2.5 inches by the side and half on the other side. As you can see, I reduced my lining by 1.5 inches. This is because I want the down part to have a little folding. The folding at the hem. Alright, so you cut your lining the same way you cut your main fabric. Make sure you pin your pieces together so that you won't misplace any one. So I've ironed my stay. Please, if you don't have thick stay, you can double your stay, or if you are using soft gum, you double your soft gum. This is to give it a little weight. So I also gum my lining with my soft gum stay. If your lining is light, please double your soft gum stay on it and iron it very well. This is very important so that you achieve the desired results. So this is the foam that I'll be using for my padding. The medium weight foam is sold in the market about 1,800. If you don't have this foam, you can also use this medium soft wadding. It's also good, but you have to double it to give you what you want, right? So I'll be cutting it now. To cut it, you will fold your foam, making sure it's about 6 inches in width. We'll confirm the measurement now. Okay, I have 6 inches here. I will now place my side front on it so that I can trace it out. Please note that the foam will stop on your underbust. The 6 inches I measured as the width of my foam is not what I'll be using. If you are bigger than me, you can use 6.5 inches. But if you have my size, you use 5.5 inches. Alright, so see what I have now. I'll be trimming some parts off. I'll be covering the down part and I'll be reducing the upper part by 1 inch so that it won't obstruct my armhole when I'm fixing my sleeve. So I'll measure 1 inch now and trim the down part off. I will also do the same thing on the upper part. Just trim it off the way you see me doing. You also confirm your measurement whether it's up to 5.5 inches. I will now place it. Can you see? That is what you will have. This is 1 inch that I remove at the upper side. I will now cut for the center front. For my center front, I will be using the one I cut out for my side to determine the length of my center front. Okay, I will measure what I have here now. I have 8 inches. What I will be cutting as the length of my center front. Please pay attention on this side because if you don't cut it very well, it won't come out well. I mean, your bust will not come out well. So I will measure my length now, the length of 8 inches, and I will mark it out. I will place my center front on the foam, making sure that the foam is resting on my under bust, the same way I did on the front part. So this is my zipper allowance. I folded it and so that I can be seeing where my zipper allowance stuff. Please, you can also do that on your own. Okay, I will mark my underbust now so you understand what I'm doing. I've marked the underbust. This is where the foam will stop. So from there I will measure my 8 inches. This is for better understanding. So I will trim it off now. From this point where my underbust stopped, I will fold my fabric now so that I can cut the remaining part off. Just trim it off. I will also do the same thing on the upper part. See where my 8 inches stopped, I will fold it. I'll fold it and cut it out. This is what you will have when you are done. If you don't cut your foam very well, you have issue when you are joining it. It won't align. I will not divide it because the center front is 2 because of the zip allowance. I will place my foam on my fabric now so that you see what we have. I'll place it to stop at the underbust. Can you see what we have? Can you see the zipper allowance? On this point, I will reduce it by ½ inch because of the neckline, so that it won't obstruct it when you are sewing your neckline. Make sure that your foam will stop on that zipper allowance. That's why it's good to fold it with your iron so that you can be seeing the line. If you measure this part is 1 inch, that's what you have. Trim it up so that it can be 1 inch. So I will be using my hemming gum to stick my foam on the fabric. I just place my hemming gum under. After placing it, I will use my hot iron to iron on it so that it can stick with the main fabric. I will do that off camera now and show you the next thing to do. When you are done ironing it this side, you flip it to the back side and iron it very well. Okay, for the width of the foam, the upper side is 6 inches, the center is 5.5, while the down is 4 inches. That's how it's supposed to be. Okay, the next thing now is to join all the pieces together, and I will start with the back part first. So I will pick my center back and one of the side back. I will now place it together. Please make sure it's equal. Make sure that it's matching. The waistline is matching. You can use your pin to hold it. Use your pin to secure it. Alright. So I will be sewing it with ½ inch. If you're a beginner, please mark it. Mark your ½ inch round to guide you on how to sew. I will start by sewing my front part. So I will take one side now and match it with the center front. See what I'm doing here? Just make sure it aligns. Use your pin to hold it. Please, I didn't know that my camera was out of focus, but if you watch closely, you understand what I'm doing here. You can pin all down from the top to the down, but I'll be sewing it because I can control it. I will now be pushing it, making sure it aligns. I fast forwarded it because I didn't know my camera was not getting the important part. But make sure that the center front is aligning with the side one. Please follow the curve. Please, if you get your underbust, you will pause and you raise your footer up so that you can curve the underbust the way you're supposed to be. You know, our underbust is not straight. Just raise it up a little bit and adjust it. You continue your sewing. Please, I have a detailed tutorial on how to join your armhole princess that bustier. I explain it very well. It's on my channel. You can check it out. When you are sewing, please make sure you follow the curve. Follow the curve. You can mark it with your chalk. So I will push it out now for you to see what we have. Make sure you remove your pin. Alright. Push it out. Can you see? So I've also joined my back. So on this waistline now, I will notch it so that it can relax very well, and it will help the flare to spread out well. Please make sure you open your seam and iron on it so that it can relax very well. If you iron, you also turn the right side and iron it. The same way I sew my main fabric, I also did the same thing on my lining, both for the front and back. Also iron your lining very well. Can you see what you have for the front? Okay, if you fold your zipper allowance, see what you will have. It really came out well. I'll sew my lining. Also, I will iron it very well. Use your steam iron to iron. If you don't have steam iron, sprinkle water on your fabric and iron very well. Can you see? I have open press it. It's looking very neat. Make sure you iron very well. The next thing now is to shape the two sides. So to do that, I will measure what I have on my bust. If I divide my bust by 2, whatever I have left, I will share it on the both side. This will guide me on how to shape my two sides very well. So when I divided it, I have 21 inches. So I have 4 inches left. I will share 2 inches on the both side. See how I am marking it. If you get to your waistline, you rule a straight line and continue your markings. Mark it so that it can guide you on how to sew. You also do the same thing on the other side and pin it before you start your sewing. Also sew your shoulder. After doing it, you also do the same thing on your lining. Sew your lining the same way you sew your main fabric. I'll do it now, come back and show you. Okay, I've done it already. See what I have. Can you see? So I will notch the waistline now. This notching is very important so that it can relax very well. See my lining. I also notch my lining. When you're sewing your lining, use 2 inches as the sewing allowance. If you get to your waistline, please you reduce it to 1.5 inches so that it won't be tight on your waist when you put it on. So I will iron it very well. Open the seam, iron it. Also iron your lining very well. The next thing now is to fix my zip. I will arrange it the way it's supposed to be. Alright. Okay. Can you see the high-low effect? See, the back is longer than the front. So I'll be using this open and close zip for my zipper. Before I fix my zipper, I'll first of all confirm my length. So I will measure what I have here. My length is 24. I will check whether it's up to that 24. Okay, this is 24 plus my 1 inch I added for my sewing allowance. I have 25 there. So I will now place my zipper, making sure that I'll leave half inch after my 24 inches. So I'll pin it now. So it's good to fold your zipper allowance to get the line so that when you are pinning it, it will be straight. Please pin before you sew. Alright, if you fold in your hemming allowance, it will look very fine. So I will also turn it this side. Please make sure the length is equal and pin the other side. That's how you will sew your zip. I will continue my pinning now. Pin it. That's why it's good to fold your zipper allowance and iron so that the line will be visible and it will guide you on how to pin. That's the trick in achieving a neat finishing. So after pinning it, you sew it. I'll sew it now and come back and show you. This is what you will have. I will zip it up now for you to see. Please, if you have not subscribed to my channel, kindly hit the subscribe button and turn on your notification bell. Thank you. Okay, I will also confirm the back length. I have 26 inches here. Okay, it's 27 inches plus 1 inch sewing allowance. If it's not equal, you can trim it so that it will be equal. Alright, so the next thing now is to use my lining to turn my main fabric. Please pay close attention to this side so that you will get it right. So what I will do now is to spread out my main fabric and I will match my shoulder together. This is my shoulder. I will use my pin to secure it. Right. Okay, this is my neckline. Can you see? It's equal. I will also pin the side. Please note that when we are sewing it, we will sew the down part first. So you will make the lining and the main fabric equal. Just align it, making sure that the line you stitch on the fabric and the lining will align. Carefully use your pin and secure the hem part very well. As you can see, the lining and the fabric is equal. So I will stitch it with 1/2 inch. The stitch line for the main fabric is matching with the lining. After sewing it, I will fold in my hemming allowance so that it will be equal. If you don't do this, you won't like the outcome and it won't be equal with the neckline. So I'll pin everything now and sew it and come back and show you the next thing you will do. Okay, before I sew, I will first of all fold it into 2 equal parts because I want to determine the middle. It's on that middle that I will start my sewing. I will sew it. After sewing, I will turn it and sew the other side so that it will be equal. This is an important trick in achieving a neat finishing. So can you see I have sewn it? As you sew, you open the seam very well and sew on it. So I will show you how you can fold your hemming allowance. Fold it so that the neckline will be equal. If you don't fold it this way, it won't be equal. I will follow the stitch for my zipper allowance to close my lining. I will hold it with my pin and I will sew. I'll follow the stitch and sew it down. I also sew my neckline both for the front and back. Alright, I'll do it now and show you. I've done it. I've sewn it. See the back. I remove all your pins. Please remove all your pins. It's very important so that the pin will not choke you. So after that, I will trim up this part and I will also notch it round. Notch the neckline round and also notch the down pants so that if you turn it, it will lay flat. To turn it inside out, I will follow my armhole and push everything out. Alright, push it out. This is what you will have. Can you see the hem? It's looking very fine. See the zipper area, I've concealed it. It's looking all nice and neat. So I will push everything out now. Use my iron to iron it very well. Please make sure you iron very well. Okay, see what I have here. See my armhole. So because of the type of sleeve I will be putting, I will be trimming off my shoulder line. So I'll measure 4 inches. It's 4 inches that I want to use. I will also confirm my chest line, whether it's up to what I want. I will trim it off. I have 9 inches. When you are trimming it off, make sure that the front armhole is deeper, the way I drafted it on my pattern. So after that, you can now trim it off. I've done that already. Iron it very well. In order not to make this video so long, I will also post the type of sleeve, how I cut my sleeve for the video I posted when I was drafting it, how you can achieve that type of sleeve. Thanks for watching.